There are around 430,000 people in the UK who suffer from problem gambling. So much so that around £13.8 billion was taken from British gamblers in 2016 alone. Now, in response to this, a conference is taking place in the Pierhead building just behind me in Cardiff Bay. We're going to speak to some of the leading experts in the field and have a look at their research, as well as speak to people who have been directly affected by problem gambling. So let's start off then. What is the Welsh Government currently doing to tackle the problem of gambling addiction in Wales?
Not enough, frankly. So we've seen an admission and an acknowledgement that problem gambling is a public health issue. That's one positive development. But there's not nearly enough investment in addiction-related services. There's not nearly enough action being taken through the planning system to stop the proliferation of betting shops in certain communities. It tend to be poorer communities. So there's still things that the Welsh Government can and should do, and in addition to that, of course, we need more education about problem gambling in our schools.
So one of the things that we've looked really closely at in Australia is the impact of all those gambling ads that we see in sport on young people's gambling attitudes and their intentions to gamble when they're older. What we found from our research is that when gambling ads play within sport or are aligned with sport, they have a huge impact on young people, particularly in terms of their positive perceptions of gambling. In Australia, our research has shown that 75% of young people now think that gambling is a normal or common part of sport, and we would argue that we have to do something to tackle that.
It is just like a drug, and that's what I think people are now starting to understand, is that we have legalised gambling, and then we've gone, this was in the 1960s, and I think it's right to legalise gambling, because otherwise prohibition leads to illegal gambling. You're never going to stamp it out, but you don't have to then liberalise gambling. Liberalising gambling is another level. It's saying it's actually, we should encourage this. We should allow them to advertise on TV. We should allow these products addictive products to proliferate. That's not necessary. I think you can legitimise something without encouraging it.
Yeah, it was sort of, you wake up in the morning and the first thing you want to see how much money you've got for how long you could play. If I say I had £500 on me, it wasn't £500, it was 5 times £100 spins was how I saw it. And at 20 seconds a spin, you could see that that was 2 minutes and I could lose £500. But it didn't seem to matter to me at the time, because obviously I was using it as an escape mechanism to cope with my, grief and one thing and another. And although I was getting counselling, I just sort of found solace in the machines, quite frankly.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, on YouTube, things like that. 1 in about 3 adverts would be to do with gambling, and usually you can't skip them. You may walk off, but you can still kind of hear it, and it gets lodged in your head, and sometimes you just stay there. And then you remember it, but subconsciously. So,
Well, we came along because we've been going to the living rooms for quite a while, and just so excited to see the movement of the excessive gambling, how it's starting to show up that people are taking note and starting to protect our young children from the harms that's been sent to them through messaging, through the advertising.
Yeah, certainly.